Hi, this is Jenny Langley, author of the new Maudsley Training Manual, and in this video we're looking at exercise 4.2, which is about the decisional balance. So the decisional balance is used when you're in two minds about something, so the pros and cons of making a change or not making a change. So there's basically 4 quadrants in this decisional balance. Now, carers often say that when they see a glimmer of hope that their loved one is thinking about making changes, they often rush in too quickly, almost like it's a little green shoot and they're overwatering it. And then the danger then is that the sufferer scuttles back into sort of the pre-contemplation stage. No, this is too scary, I don't want to be pushed, it's too soon. So it's quite a delicate phase, but this tool is really, really good to help people to sort of clarify their thoughts. So there are 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is the pros of staying the same, so not making any changes. So this is, I'm going to stick with my eating disorder. I've got my eating disorder voice. She's my friend, my only friend. And we looked at that in module 1 when we looked at the benefits of the eating disorder from the perspective of the sufferer. The second quadrant is the cons of no change. So this is the disadvantages of the eating disorder. So if the first quadrant is like the eating disorder voice, or the bully that we call it, so I draw this little sort of creature, the second quadrant is basically the sufferer thinking, actually I do want to get better, I do want to get rid of this eating disorder once and for all, I do want to make changes. And then of course what happens is the eating disorder voice will fight back. So quadrant 3, which often we miss when we're thinking about making changes, in terms of the empathy with the sufferer. So the sufferer might suddenly be going, oh no, I can't do this, it's too much. So the young person might be scared. Fear is obviously a really big roadblock to change. What if I can't do it? What will I be without my eating disorder? And of course the eating disorder bully loves that. And they will absolutely shower the sufferer with all the reasons why they should stick with their eating disorder. And then finally we get to quadrant 4, which is the absolute disadvantages of letting go of my eating disorder once and for all and looking forward to the bigger picture of life. And so this tool is just really helpful, both in terms of carers thinking what's going on in my loved one's mind, but also for sufferers to sort of think and have a conversation maybe with their carer about what's holding them back or what they're looking forward to and stuff like that. Okay, so we might have our own situations where we could use this tool as carers. So say you've got the prospects of a new job. So quadrant 1, the pros of staying in my job, I'm not going to make any change. So the advantages of staying in my job might be I'm really good at my current job, I'm due promotion next year, I like all my colleagues, my job's not too pressurised, my hours are predictable, I'm comfortable. But then the cons of staying in my job might be, I've been here too long, I'm a bit bored, the new job offers me so many exciting opportunities, promotion, challenges, better money, etc. Then I'll wake up in the night and I'll be going through all the arguments why I shouldn't change job, which is quadrant 3, fear of failure, I might not be good enough, I might fail the probation period, I might not like the people, the hours might be longer, it's a lot more responsibility, will I be able to do it, I'll have to travel sometimes, and I'll have to do some more exams, so maybe I won't change job. And then of course quadrant 4 is these are all the reasons why I do want to change job. So it's a really exciting challenge, it will push me out of my comfort zone, it's a fast growing opportunity, there's loads of opportunities to meet lots of people, and the travelling will be fun, and now my kids are at university, there's no reason for me to be home in time for tea or anything like that anymore, and I'll be a more qualified and interesting person in a few years' time. So that's one example. Another quite common example for women of my age is should I continue to drink so much wine? And so I can again think about the different stages in that decisional balance. So the advantages of drinking alcohol, so a few glasses of wine every evening, it helps me relax, I enjoy drinking with my friends, I like the taste, it makes me feel good, and I kind of need it after a hard day of work and I deserve it, so why should I change? But then I know deep down that maybe I'm not a good role model for my kids, it's bad for my health to keep drinking so much, it's expensive, I wake up in the night dehydrated and I might have a hangover. Okay, but then when it actually comes to it, I don't want to stop drinking that glass of wine, so all of these doubts come into my mind. How would I deal with that stress? My friends might think I'm a weird health freak. I like my glass of wine, and I'd be a boring person without it. And then quadrant 4, deep down are the things that I really know, which it would be more healthy not to have wine every night. I would sleep better, there'd be lots of health benefits, I'd be a good role model for my kids, I'd be more likely to do more exercise, and I could spend that money on other things. So again, these are just examples that anyone can use the decisional balance for any sort of decision that they're making. So let's have a think about the sufferer who's thinking about giving up their eating disorder. So there are many benefits of the eating disorder. Again, we did this in module 2, exercise 2.2 was considering the benefits. So it gives me control, it makes me feel safe, I'm good at it, I get lots of attention, it makes me feel euphoric, I don't have to grow up, etc., etc. The cons of the eating disorder, it stops me doing certain things. I do have some health problems. I'm a bit worried about my bones maybe. My health's only going to get worse if I stick with it. I'm kind of losing control. It's now controlling me. I don't have a good social life. My family are cross and frustrated and upset all the time. I feel tired and depleted and I've got no energy. I might die. And I just want to stop being nagged by everyone. Okay, the third quadrant might be, what would I be without my eating disorder? It's really scary. My eating disorder voice is telling me that I'll completely lose control. I might get fat, I'll lose my identity, I might lose my confidence, I don't know what else I'm good at, I'm really scared of relapse, I might fail, I'll have to grow up and take responsibility for things. All those emotions that have been kind of numb will come flooding back. I won't get so much attention. I just can't do it. So quadrant 3 is really, really, really important for carers to acknowledge the challenges. And then of course, quadrant 4 is life beyond the eating disorder. So normality, joy and happiness. So sufferers always quite often comment, I just realized how rich the world was without my eating disorder. It's so much better. I can be healthier, I've got strong bones, friends, family, everyone will be happier. I can go to university, I can get married to have babies, I can go on holidays, I can drive and that sort of thing. Okay, this is an example of a young man aged 17. So Peter's showing signs that he might be starting to see reasons why his eating disorder might get in the way of his future ambitions. So very often 17, 18 years old, that thought can start to be a really big thought. His mum's seeing some green shoots and some glimmers of his old self, and he's talking about playing hockey, finishing his A-levels, going on holiday with his mates and going to university. However, he's still displaying many eating disorder thoughts and behaviours, and he becomes very emotional at the slightest challenge. So his mum's really quite worried about where's this going. So she opens a conversation with him. Peter, I'm so proud of how far you've come and that you're thinking really positively about your future. And at the same time, I can see you're really struggling with your eating disorder. It must be like a never-ending battle in your mind. So basically, Mum is affirming Peter's progress. She's developing discrepancy about where he wants to be in the future and the challenges of battling his illness right now, and expressing empathy about the challenges that he's facing. She might then invite him to create a decisional balance. Either he could do it on his own, or he could do it with her, or he could do it with somebody else. So it might look like this for Peter. So the same kind of advantages: I'm good at it, I'm in control, I get attention, it's my friend, I don't have to grow up. The negatives for Peter might be, it stops me doing some things. I'm not allowed to do sport, which I really love. I'm finding it hard to concentrate on my studies, and I really want to do well. I might not be able to go to university when all my friends are going, and that sort of thing. And then the third quadrant, so the eating disorder voice fighting back. It's really scary. I don't even want to go to university because I might relapse, because the eating disorder voice, I'll just be on my own, and so I'll have no motivation to fight that eating disorder voice. There'll be loads of social pressures, and people will think I'm a bit strange and they won't like me, and I don't know what the food's going to be like, and I probably won't get into the university hockey team because I won't be fit enough, or I'll be out of practice, and it's just too much. I can't do it. And then of course quadrant 4, I'll be able to play sport, be with my friends, go to university, relax and be happy without all those rules all the time. These rules are getting really boring. I want to go to festivals, I want to go on holidays with my friends, I want to get a girlfriend, and everyone will be so much happier and life will be so much better if I can give up my eating disorder. So I've just given you a couple of examples. So I hope you found that useful. I'm making several videos about the decisional balance because it's such a useful tool, so look out for the other ones. All of the worksheets and videos can be found at www.newmaudsleykcarers-kent.co.uk. Thank you.